Good evening, everybody. Steve Poulter here, episode number 8, I believe. Hope everybody's had a great day and a great start to the new year. I wanted to follow up and finish up our discussion that we started yesterday. I talked about Antonio Brown and how our first reaction, of course, is to laugh, say, what an idiot, get a chuckle out of it, which we all did, I'm sure. But then I said, let's look a little deeper. I stole a quote from my friend Bill that said, hey, in my heart and my gut, I'm thinking this guy needs to be on suicide watch. And, we started talking about the gravity of that situation, how it's certainly still, with how far we've come talking about mental health issues and challenges, it's still so under talked about, under reported, underappreciated, under worried about, under everything. Which got me to thinking about all of the challenges with mental health issues that this coronavirus has caused. A couple of months ago, my wife, her best friend, had a daughter who tried to take her own life. This is a friend of my wife, and won't name her, of course. So they, of course, called mental health crisis centers, and there was not one bed open in the entire state. Now, let that sink in. And they said, well, with Corona, it set people that were struggling to another stratosphere, and people that thought they would never struggle are now struggling, which we're going to talk about in a second. But let that sink in. So here is this teenage girl who attempted to take her own life. There was no facility for her to go in. That's how important it is to discuss and not be afraid of talking about and addressing and recognizing mental health issues. So what I wanted to do, though, we hear about that a lot now. More than we have, not as much as we should, right? We're all in agreement there. What can we do? Well, tell a joke. You can tell a joke. I dated a girl years ago, and she said, Steve, do you know why I love you? And I thought, well, of course, my mind wandered because, did look at me. Who wouldn't want this, right? Anyway, she said, I love you because you make me laugh every day. I thought, I can live with that. I have a dear friend of mine just passed away from a heart attack. He's my age. So from 50 on, as you know, you can never be surprised when people pass away. Dear friend of mine named Dave Jones passed away from a heart attack a month ago. Gave me one of the highest compliments I've ever had. He said, Steve, I think you're the funniest guy I've ever met in my life. So tell a joke. I love dry humor. My dad had dry humor. My dad taught me dry humor. I'm from Boston. We like dry humor there. I love puns. I cannot get enough puns. I like intelligent humor. If you want to see a funny show, it was only on for 1 year. Then it was called, what was it? Oh my gosh. Rob Lowe was in it and Fred Savage. I can't even remember the name of it now. The Grifter, the Ripper, you'll have to Google it because I think you can find the one season. About halfway through the season, I said to my wife, "This is the funniest show. One of the funniest shows I've ever seen in my life." It's not going to last more than a year though, because it was a little thinking man's humor, and there was no, America gets their humor by canned laughter to cue you in when you're supposed to laugh. But this was one of the funniest shows I've ever seen in my entire life. If we want to help in this Corona situation, in these times of Corona, post something funny on Facebook. I see some great humor on Facebook, some puns. I see just great, clean, fun humor. And I think if we take time, If we take the time, because it does not happen without effort, it does not happen without putting some thought into it, putting some time into it. Make somebody laugh tomorrow. And if we make each other laugh tomorrow, if we don't take ourselves too seriously, I think it will help our mental health crises. Because when all we do is mope around and talk about the virus and inflation, which is going through the roof, these are real problems. I'm not saying we don't have real issues in this country to look at, but let's learn to laugh some more. I will certainly impose humor whenever I can, infuse humor. Maybe I can learn to talk first. I will infuse humor into my broadcasts whenever I can. Also, I think we're going to try and focus on quality over quantity. We're probably going to drop to 3 times a week for a while, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That way I can talk a little bit longer in each one. We're at about 5 to 7 minutes now. I'd like to go maybe 7 to 10 minutes. But in summary today, I think I was hopefully a little ahead of the curve. You want to watch me because I bring something to the table. I was a little bit ahead of the curve about Antonio Brown. I did see definitely more articles today and more press saying, hey, this isn't really a laughing matter. A man strips down to his waist and runs around the field. So, let's recognize that there are real mental health issues going on. The virus is making it at a different level. People who never thought they would ever have a mental health issue, a mental health crisis, depression, anything like that are suddenly, boom, on the table, which means the people on the table have nowhere to go. They're at another level and they're needing acute care, which is taking up a lot of the bed. So let's keep a good thought for these people. Keep a prayer in your heart. And tomorrow, make somebody laugh. Let's bring some humor and laughter and light into the world tomorrow. That's what I have to say. That's my opinion on it. Steve Poulter, please tell your friends. My viewership seems to have plateaued. So we're going to drop it down to quality, not quantity. I will see you tomorrow because tomorrow is Wednesday. Have a great night. And God bless you and God bless America.